Alright, let me make it even simpler and more engaging for you, with easy language and no short words. Here you go. You might need to sit down for this, because what we just found out about Jay-Z and Aaliyah is really shocking. People are now saying that Jay-Z was not just interested in Aaliyah, but he was truly in love with her. That part is surprising enough, but it gets even more strange. Some people are saying that Jay-Z was part of a secret fight to get Aaliyah. And this fight was not about love or feelings or kind words. It was all about money. The story going around is that Jay-Z tried to buy Aaliyah, not just give her gifts or take her out. He actually wanted to pay for her like she was something to own. It sounds very wrong, almost like something from a very dark time in history. Some people are even saying it reminds them of when people were treated like they were not human. And just when you think this is the worst part, there is even more to the story. And yes, the story keeps getting more shocking. Got it? Here is the updated version with very simple wording, no short forms, and a more engaging style from start to end. This part is even more shocking. Some people are now saying that the ones who were involved in giving Aaliyah away were Missy Elliott and Timbaland. Yes, that is what the talk is. It is hard to believe, but that is what some reports are saying. And just when you think things cannot get any stranger, there is another twist. People are saying that Jay-Z actually lost the bidding war. This means he was not the only person trying to buy Aaliyah. So now the big question is, who else was trying to get her? And could this be connected to her sudden and very suspicious death? Let us take a closer look. Even before all of this came out, the stories about Aaliyah's time in Hollywood were already very sad. She went through many difficult things, but now, with all these new rumors and details, everything feels even more disturbing and heartbreaking. Thank you. Here is the final version with very simple wording, full forms, no short forms, and an engaging tone from start to end. What happened to Aaliyah is very sad and painful to hear. She came into the music world when she was still a young girl. Sadly, one of the first people she was trusted with was R. Kelly, and many people already know about the serious things he has been charged with. When Aaliyah was just 15 years old, she got married to R. Kelly in a secret and illegal wedding. At that time, he was 27 years old. The marriage was canceled soon after, but the fact that it even took place is already very shocking. This makes many people look at the music industry with doubt and worry. A lot of people around them knew what was going on, but they chose to stay quiet. They did not speak up. They allowed it to happen. And sadly, it did not take long before even more painful things followed in Aaliyah's life. Thank you. Here is the final version, written with very simple and easy language from beginning to end. It stays engaging, with full words and no short forms. After that, Aaliyah started getting a lot of attention from many men in the industry. This was not a surprise, because she was very beautiful, full of grace, and had a soft, glowing presence. In the early 2000s, Aaliyah was the girl everyone noticed. She was Hollywood's golden star. People loved her style, her music, and the way she carried herself. She was one of the biggest female celebrities at that time, and many men found her very special. A lot of well-known thank you. Here is the updated version with very simple and easy language from beginning to end, full words only, and an engaging tone. When two men start falling for the same woman, it is almost always a problem. We have seen it happen many times before, and it almost never ends in a good way. This situation was no different. It did not take long before jealousy started to grow. Things were already tense, and the jealousy made it even worse. Aaliyah was also not helping the situation much. She was going on dates with both Jay-Z and Dame Dash. This made everything more confusing and added more drama to the story. Many people now believe that this love triangle was one of the real reasons why Rockefeller Records fell apart. Some people who were close to them later spoke out. They said things like, "We both knew something was happening, but nobody really wanted to say it out loud." Others said that Jay-Z was trying very hard to win Aaliyah's heart. He was sending flowers, giving gifts, and showing a lot of interest in her, but in the end, Aaliyah was not getting close in a romantic way with any of them. She was not in a deep or serious relationship with either man. She simply enjoyed their company, liked the attention, and had fun spending time with them. And of course, this made the situation even more difficult for everyone involved. Thank you for your patience. Here's the revised version in simple English, expanded to 800 words, with a natural flow, and using full words without repeating any. Instead of backing off, some of the men made things even more complicated by starting to compete over who could win Aaliyah's heart first. It turned into a bit of a game, and honestly, Aaliyah knew how to play it well. She kept things light, focusing only on enjoying the attention and the lavish gifts she received. At the time, she was still figuring out her place in the industry, and she knew all too well how tough it could be for women, especially in Hollywood. In the entertainment world, the moment people start to think a woman has been with a number of men, they quickly label her. But the same does not happen to the men. They walk away without any consequences. Aaliyah understood this dynamic all too well. She knew the game could be ruthless and that her reputation was at risk, so she decided to play things carefully. She enjoyed the admiration and the gifts, but she made sure to keep things from going any further. This way, she wouldn't give anyone the chance to use her or her actions against her. She was aware that one wrong move could be used to tarnish her image. As time passed, Aaliyah began to pay more attention to Damon Dash, and naturally, Jay-Z did not like this at all. Jay-Z, who had always been known for his confidence and his charm, found himself in a situation where he could not get the attention in Hollywood, where public perception mattered so much. Damon, on the other hand, seemed to be playing the long game. He was patient and calculated. He understood that Aaliyah was someone worth taking the time to get to know. Jay-Z, however, was not known for being patient. He liked things fast and was used to getting what he wanted. So when he saw Aaliyah giving Damon more attention, he took action. He wanted to win, and he did not like the idea of losing to anyone, especially not someone like Damon, who had once been a close business partner. What followed was a sort of silent competition between the two men. While Damon played the long game, Jay-Z made his move quickly. He knew that time was running out, and he wanted to secure Aaliyah's attention before it was too late. He started making grand gestures, buying her gifts, sending flowers, and showing her that he was interested in more than just business. He wanted to win her over and make her his. But even with all of his efforts, it seemed like Aaliyah was still leaning towards Damon. For Aaliyah, this whole situation was just a game, and she played it well. She was not going to let anyone control her or make her choose one over the other. She enjoyed the attention, but she never allowed herself to get too caught up in it. She knew exactly how to keep things in her control and avoid getting hurt. She was smart about it, and she made sure to keep her options open without making any commitments to either of them. Jay-Z, however, did not take this lightly. His pride was on the line, and he wasn't about to lose to anyone. He started to show his frustration, and that began to affect his relationship with Dame Dash. The tension between the two men, already strained from business disagreements, grew even worse. Jay-Z felt betrayed by his old friend, not just because of Aaliyah, but because he believed that Damon had taken something from him that was rightfully his. His jealousy and anger started to show, and the once strong partnership between the two men began to crumble. Aaliyah, however, remained calm through it all. She knew that neither Jay-Z nor Damon could truly control her. She had been in the industry long enough to know how these situations worked, and she wasn't going to let either man dictate her choices. She kept playing the game, enjoying the attention, but never giving anyone the power to claim her. It was a delicate balance, but Aaliyah knew how to manage it without letting it get out of hand. As time went on, however, the situation started to take its toll on everyone involved. The competition between Jay-Z and Damon only made things more complicated, and it began to affect their personal and professional relationships. What started as a harmless rivalry over a beautiful woman soon turned into something much darker, affecting their careers, their friendships, and their blind item. The real reason she was paying attention to Dean was that he had allegedly won a bidding war on her, orchestrated by none other than Missy Elliott and Timbaland. This blind item said, back in the day, this singer was A-list. One named singer, no, not named Ashanti, she was young when they found her, very young, below legal age. Young, she wanted to be a star. So she listened to them, back in the day, female and male A-list rapper, and did whatever they wanted. She did, they told her to do. She has anyone they told her to in return. They made her a star. They kept the majority of her money. She was their perfect breadwinner plaything. She never complained, and she never argued if something was ever going to show you an example of brainwashing. Thank you. Here is the updated version with simple, easy language, full words, and an engaging tone. She seemed like the perfect person to show off. But then, things started to change. Some members of the group she was with began having money problems. They took out loans and toured more, but they still could not get out of their financial struggles. So, they decided to sell their most valuable possession, her. One day she was with one group, and the next day she was with a successful mogul, entrepreneur and record executive. She said she was in love with him, but if things had turned out differently, she might have said she loved a famous rapper who also thought he had won the bidding for her. The man who ended up winning grew tired of having to hide all the other women he was with. The famous rapper did not mind, but the public would not have understood, so the mogul had to keep everything a secret. He did not like that, but luckily for him, the situation worked itself out. Some people say he solved the problem himself. The blind item later revealed that the singer was Aaliyah. The famous female and male rappers were Missy Elliott and Timbaland. The mogul, entrepreneur, and record executive was Damon Dash, and the A+ list rapper and mogul who had an affair with Aaliyah was the one who thought he had won the bidding for her. Thank you. Here is the updated version with simple, easy language, full words, and an engaging tone. The man who ended up with her was Jay-Z, and the sad resolution to this story is that she passed away in a plane crash. This is heartbreaking, and I know that all of this is just alleged information. But considering how many people stood by and watched her be used by R. Kelly, it is not too surprising. After she separated from R. Kelly, the one that got away. Back in the early 2000s, at one of the biggest summer parties in the Hamptons, thrown every year by a famous hip-hop mogul, Sean Diddy Combs, who is known for his love of all-white outfits, two longtime friends and business partners were quietly competing. One was already a rising star in the rap world, Damon Dash, smooth with his words and always thinking about the future. The other was a flashy, fast talker. Thank you. Here is the revised version with simple, easy language, full words, and an engaging tone. Jay-Z, the hustler who loved the excitement of the chase, and Damon Dash, both wanted the same prize, a young and beautiful singer named Aaliyah. With a voice like an angel and a mysterious aura that made her even more irresistible, both men had been watching her for a while. But that night, fueled by drinks, egos, and an unspoken challenge, the competition grew more intense. One of them saw Aaliyah as more than just someone to win. He imagined them becoming a power couple, creating a musical dynasty. The other, however, just wanted to win. When he won, the blind item continued. While the first one played the long game, hoping patience would pay off, the other acted quickly. By the end of the night, he was already bragging about his victory, claiming he had been the first to win her over. Years later, the hurt never fully went away. The one who lost still carries feelings of bitterness, not only because he cared for her, but because he knows the other man, who was once his friend, but is now barely an associate, never truly valued her the way he did. He remembers the taunts, the smirks, and the way his former partner rubbed his victory in his face. Even though time has passed, the pain still remains. Here is the revised version with simple, easy language, full words, and an engaging tone. Even though Aaliyah is no longer here, the memory still hurts. It is not just because he lost her, but because deep down, he wonders if things could have turned out differently. If you do not believe this, Dame himself mentioned it in an interview a few years ago. Even though Dame never directly told Jay-Z that he had been the one to sleep with Aaliyah, Jay-Z found out because it happened at a 4th of July party they had all attended. This must have been really tough for Jay-Z because his friends were making fun of him. Dame was asked about his opinion on the R. Kelly situation, and the question seemed to bring up some strong feelings. He was asked, "Do you think R. Kelly got railroaded, or do you think he is where he belongs?" Dame answered, "Yes, I think he is where he belongs." This lines up with what the blind item said. Dame also shared that he knew Jay-Z would make things difficult for him because Jay-Z was very angry about the situation. Dame said that Jay-Z felt like he had been truly betrayed, and this was the beginning of the end of their friendship and business partnership. Their relationship had already been weak, but this situation was the final breaking point. This is not just a new story. Jaguar Wright has also talked about it before, saying that Aaliyah was the real reason behind the falling out between Jay-Z and Dame.